Most creators are trying to scale their business on hard mode and they don't even realize it. And I know this because I personally scaled my business to over $40,000 a month and I've helped dozens of other creators do the exact same. But here's the crazy part. Some of my less experienced creators are hitting their first $10, $20, even $30,000 months much faster than some of the most insanely talented creators that are in my DMs every single day that have been grinding at this for 5+ years. But it's because they focus on the one thing that almost everybody ignores. So in this video, I want to show you exactly what that thing is, as well as how you can use it to scale faster and easier. So the first thing that they understand is really just a business 101 concept, and it's that the fastest way to scale any business, doesn't matter what it is to sell something that is actually in demand and that people want. But most creators don't think this way. In fact, they think the opposite. They think, what can I sell, aka my photography, and then how can I find someone who wants to buy it? And to kind of illustrate why this thinking is backwards, imagine this scenario. Imagine you came to me and you're like, Nash, I have this great idea for a premium toilet paper company. It's gonna be made with bamboo, it's gonna be organic, it's gonna be like 4 times more than the competition, and we're gonna put like some kind of gold tin wrapping around it. It's gonna be great. I just need you to help me come up with a content marketing plan to sell the thing. Well, I'd probably tell you you're crazy and you should try to start a different business. Why? Well, because most people are never gonna wanna pay 4 times more for toilet paper because they just don't care. They'd rather just go to Costco and get the cheapest one because it's a commodity. They don't really care. But imagine if you came to me in 2020 when apparently everybody was just raiding the shelves of toilet paper and you're like, Nash, I want to start a toilet paper company. Well, you probably wouldn't even need to market it that hard because there's such a huge demand for it. So you probably sell out and become a millionaire in just a few months. And the point here is that it's not how high quality your product is, because you could literally just be selling something the same as Charmin, but it's how much demand there is for the product. But the problem here is most creators are trying to sell toilet paper on an aisle with 1,000 other options, and they're just trying to wrap it in tinfoil or something just to make it look a little bit different. But in reality, it's the exact same thing. And what happens is you end up blending in with everyone else on the aisle. So it doesn't matter how high quality your stuff is, because there's always going to be a cheaper option and most people are going to go for that. But if you can find an aisle where you're the only one selling what you sell and there's tons of people flocking to that aisle, well, that's when you become a one-of-one service provider. You can charge basically whatever you want and scaling becomes so much faster and easier. And that's exactly what I see my clients who scale the fastest are doing. So the question becomes, well, how do we create this demand? Well, we really have 2 options. So the first option is that you generate your own demand. And this is when you use like psychological hacks in your sales calls, maybe fancy pitch decks, you have a fancy website, you have all these different things because you basically have to differentiate yourself by creating your own demand. But it's also the reason that you get stuck trying to hard convince and hard sell clients to pay you more than $1,000 for a shoot. So to show you visually what this looks like, let me show you this chart. This is just a basic supply and demand chart. We have supply on the left, we got demand on the bottom. When you try to pitch brands that already have a huge amount of supply, meaning that they already work with creators, influencers, maybe they have an agency, or maybe they just have a bunch of great content already, they already have a ton of supply, which means that their demand relative to the supply is quite low. And if you've taken any business class before, you'll know when the demand is low, but the supply is high, the only way to compete in that type of market is to drop your rates. And this is where you'll see companies say they only do free product exchanges, or they'll try to nickel and dime you or ask for discounts or custom packages and all this kind of different stuff. So when I see creators pitching these like Instagram famous brands or major Fortune 500 companies, or even just companies that have a bunch of great content already that aren't necessarily huge, and they wonder why they struggle to get them to pay them decent rates, well, that's exactly why. It's because these brands know that they have a virtually unlimited supply of creators that they can go to, so they can kind of set the rates as low as they want because they know they'll eventually find somebody who's willing to do that. So your only way to compete in a market like that is to drop your rates as well. So I'll give you a perfect example of this. So I work with this photographer. He shoots a bunch of different stuff, outstanding work, but he struggles to get clients to pay him more than a couple $100, maybe $1,000 for a shoot. And as a result, he ends up having to kind of piecemeal together all these different projects to meet his monthly income. So initially we thought the issue might be that the clients just don't have the budget, which to be fair, sometimes that is the case. But as we started asking more questions, we actually realized that the brand was a major national brand. They probably had a multi-million-dollar per year marketing budget, and you might even know who they are. So budget wasn't really the problem. In fact, they took him out to dinner and it was like a $900 bill. So budget wasn't the issue. The actual issue was that they were getting pitched the exact same thing by multiple photographers every single day. And as a result, they kind of had their pick of the litter of whoever they wanted to choose, and they could set their rates accordingly. So they told them that they can't pay more than $1,000 for a video, which is obviously ridiculous because they just spent $900 on dinner and they're telling them they can only invest $1,000 into a video. But that's what happens when they have so many creators that want to work with them. So he basically had 2 options. Either one, he accepted this cheap gig and spent the time, even though he knew it was was undervalued, or he could go to a more profitable sector of the market. So he found a more nuanced market, one that wasn't being pitched by photographers every single day, that actually needed content. And he ended up pitching them a very similar offer, but they paid him $5,000, no question asked. And it's not because his content was better or his strategy was better, or even that he offered more deliverables. He just chose a much easier option, which was to find a market that was in demand for his service and then just give them what they need. And it's at that point that I began to realize more and more why some of these less experienced creators who've maybe only been in business for a year or two are scaling so much faster and easier than guys that have been in business for 5+ years and have dozens of case studies. It's literally because they just go after an untapped market. So the next question is, well, how do we find this untapped market and what do you sell on? Well, now luckily it's easier than ever before because you can literally just hop on ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm a photographer. I specialize in this certain type of content, whether it's lifestyle, product photography, short form video, whatever it might be. And I love working with clients in this certain type of market. Can you find me 20 untapped niches within this market that have a high demand for content on a consistent basis and are able to afford a $5,000 a month retainer? It'll spit out a bunch of ideas for untapped areas of the niche that can actually afford you. And the crazy part is some of the most successful creators that I work with today are not ones that completely changed their niche. They just made a small pivot to a more profitable corner of the niche that wasn't getting bombarded by like hundreds of other creators that are trying to pitch social media videos to them. So for example, that could be going from like a small local clothing retailer to a sustainable clothing brand that's doing about 10 million a year, and they primarily sell on the internet. It'll be a very similar clientele, maybe even very similar deliverables, but it's a severely underserved corner of the market that has a very high demand for content because they constantly need ads, probably do new product launches all the time, and they just constantly need new content. So that's the first step, finding an untapped niche. But the second part kind of goes hand in hand with that, which is how do we make sure that we sell them something they actually need? And when you do this right, this is what can happen.
It was a face-to-face meeting. He stood up and spinned around and he's like, no ways. I showed him the price. He's like, let's close you in quarterly. I'm like, what?
Okay, so the reason this guy was so excited is because it's the first time he's ever heard an offer like this, and he knew it was exactly what he needed. And here's the crazy thing. It was literally just social media videos, but it was packaged in a new way. So let me show you how to create that. So if we use the previous example of the luxury sustainable clothing brand, it's very likely that they've been pitched a lot of times before by product photographers or lifestyle photographers just trying to sell them more photos. So if you were to pitch something similar, it's probably not all that new or exciting to them, even though it's a nuanced corner of the market. So although the market itself is fairly untapped, that offer has been heard a bunch of times, and likely they'll probably say no, or they'll try to price shop you against people they've worked with in the past. But I'd be willing to bet if you take that same exact client and you pitch them on a full content ecosystem, not just photos, a full content ecosystem that attracts their ideal customer who's interested in organic clothing and also converts them at a much higher rate so they get a much better ROI because their content is more targeted towards their ideal customer, you better believe that they will want to invest in that at a much higher rate and pay you a lot more because it's an offer they really need and they probably have never been pitched before. And here's the crazy thing. It's the exact same skill set as doing it for somebody who is a super small local company versus somebody who's a major international brand. It's just 5 times easier to get them on as a client because number one, they can afford it, but number two, they have a demand for that type of content and they've never been pitched it before. And that's why understanding what type of content to pitch to your potential client is just as important as picking the right market that has a huge amount of demand. Okay, so now that we know that we're targeting the right niche that has a low amount of supply but a high amount of demand, and we're making sure that we're selling them the right thing that they actually need, a lot of times people still get stuck and they might do a one-off gig, but they can't get their client on retainer because there's a misalignment on the communication of value. So I had a creator come to me a few months ago and she was super stressed because her client didn't want to renew the contract because they didn't understand the value, even though she was creating like 20 videos a month, posting consistently for them, and honestly, they were getting really good views. So just to walk you through the economics here, this specific property was charging about $400 a night. Say the average person stays 3 nights, that's $1,200 of total guest value. Now, that's not it because the average person spent between $750 to $1,000 while on property. So if we just use round math, let's just assume that the average booking was worth around $2,000 to the hotel. So if we're charging like say a $4,000 retainer, that means that the hotel only needs to get 2 to 3 bookings to pay off the entire retainer. I mean, I don't know about you, but I know at least for me, if I was a marketing manager and I knew that I could pay off one of my larger marketing expenses in 2 to 3 bookings, that sounds like a complete no-brainer to me. But because the client wasn't prepped or sold that way, they actually viewed the value of the content in terms of how many pieces were produced as well as what the view count was. And as a result, they thought that they could either cancel because it wasn't worth it just to get views, or they could barter her down and maybe get half the rate for half the deliverables. And here's the thing, she was kind of in a losing battle with this client because if every video didn't go viral, then they would just assume that it wasn't valuable and they were kind of wasting their time. And that's when, maybe you've even heard it yourself, clients are like, let's pay on a performance basis only. But here's the thing, they're actually looking at the wrong metrics. So the reason that you're stuck with these clients that don't want to allocate more budget to content creation is because they're looking at the wrong metrics as well, because you sold them the wrong way. They're putting the value on the amount of content you create or how high quality it is or how many views it gets versus what the actual end business result is. What happened is after my client understood this, she educated her client on exactly what she's optimizing for, which wasn't views, it was actually more sales. And once the client understood that, they stopped complaining about vanity metrics and all this other stuff and actually signed on for a long-term retainer. So because she went for an untapped market that actually needed what she had to sell, and she just sold them what they actually needed and communicated the value, not in terms of views or how many pieces of content were created, but more so in terms of the business result, she was able to close her first 2 clients on a $4,000 retainer each. And here's the kicker, she had never had a paid project with a hotel before. Now, if you want help finding a profitable corner of your niche and setting up an offer that's high ticket that clients actually want to pay you for over and over, I can help you do that. You can check the first link in the description below. Or if you want to see a live breakdown of me taking a creator's offer, pricing, clientele, all that kind of stuff and rebuilding it from the ground up, you can check this video here.